Good Reverend Dr. Paxton JAPrice, founder of Paxton's Foundation and Church of Redemption. He is an entrepreneur, a TV and radio host, better known as The Rev. This show is designed just for you, the listener, to educate, entertain, and equip you. Now sit back, buckle up, and now let's roll with The Rev.
America, you know what time it is, your main man, Red Faith in Sports. You know what we do every week? We apply the Word of God, and we look at the Word of sports. And Ryan, let's kick it off. NFL Draft. Philadelphia Eagles. Did they do good? Did they do bad? Did they do okay?
Yeah, I think I give them an A-, and I'm not just saying because of my team.
Lord
I'm
have mercy.
going to give them an A- because
Why? I can't wait to hear this.
First of all,
Yeah.
Jahad Campbell
It's
under
It's good.
Vic Fangio, he's going to be
Big fan, Joe's a bum, but okay.
he's going to be a Super Bowl champ. You know what I
He's
mean?
a bum.
You
He's a
know,
bum.
that's what it is. But
He's a
I think they
Yeah, he's a good player.
one of my favorites is the 4th round Ty Robinson, the defensive tackle from Nebraska. Call him the White Gorilla.
That's racist.
That's what he called him.
That
That's
is so racist.
That's the name they gave him.
Why you just can't be a regular gorilla?
That's the name. I mean, well, you know.
Why you just can't be regular?
I mean, because, most gorillas.
Call people the Black Phantom.
It's
The Black Red. Like what? Wait, hey, why just can't be the red?
But he's
What's going
white.
on?
He's white.
He is white.
Yeah, so
He is white.
but it's I think he's going to be immediate. Even though he's 4th round, I think he's going to come in really, really fast, and he's going to show up for the team. So
I do think that Campbell, the boy you got in the second round, I like him from Texas.
Safety, yeah.
Robertson, I ain't too sure about him, but if y'all like the white gorilla, y'all like white gorillas, come on with me. And then I like the guy you got in the 6th round from Virginia Tech. Defense end.
Antoine Powell.
Yeah, I think he could develop into a good player.
Yeah.
So I thought y'all did pretty good. Pretty good. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, we lost a lot, but
I ain't gonna say Super Bowl champs.
I think
I don't like that.
Well, let's go to the Cowboys.
By Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, how you think?
The soon to be Super Bowl champ Dallas Cowboys.
Now you know what, Rev? This pains me to say.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna give y'all the same grade I gave you.
Uh-huh.
Because I do like I'm no hater.
That's right.
To the season start.
That to the season start, yeah.
Yeah, but I love the 1st round pick, Tyler
Booker.
Yeah, from Alabama.
Oh yeah,
he's in 2 years.
Yeah.
He hasn't given up a sack.
That's right.
But unfortunately,
they call him the Black Office Guard. No, that's true. They'll call it that. They'll call it that.
We're gonna start saying that. But
Right.
But he's unfortunately, the 3 years ago he gave up 4 in one game.
Yeah.
And those 3 of them was to Jalen Carter of the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's right.
So, we gonna see.
Yeah, he gonna tear Jalen Carter up.
Yeah, he
gonna.
You heard him talking trash.
He gonna wear him out. I already see it coming.
But you know who I do like?
Yeah.
I like these late round picks are they've been this draft wasn't as strong as a lot of drafts, but you got some steals later.
I
in the
thought
round.
so too.
I think I like that running back from Texas.
Oh yeah, Blue.
Jaden Blue, yeah.
Oh yeah, Blue.
I do.
Blue, I think is still developing.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna surprise people how good he is.
Me too. Yeah.
He is a very good running back. He has the speed to take it all the way. I thought the Cowboys did a real good job in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for the Cowboys. Look out for them.
Y'all got 2 running backs.
Yep. Maffa. Phil Maffa.
Yeah, he's
He's a power back.
Y'all had a bunch of them. Y'all had to get rid of one of them from last year.
Oh yeah, Davis.
Yeah, to make some room. But I think just looking at our division overall, I think we've there was a lot of offensive and defensive line pickups.
Yes.
In this draft for the NFC East because that's where you win.
That's where you win.
It's gonna be really.
It's a physical division now.
Who I think had an A+ draft outside the quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
New York Giants.
You like the Giants?
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be. You're gonna be. They're not gonna win a lot of games, but you're gonna see the potential this year.
You're gonna see the potential.
You're gonna. It's gonna be different because when you look at I mean, first of all,
Yeah.
they probably got the best player in the draft at number 3 at Abdul Carter.
You think Abdul Carter is the
Yeah,
best
he's
player?
a beast, man.
I don't think so.
Now putting him next to Thibodeau or Thibodeau, yeah,
Yep.
it's them two.
That's a good front.
And Dexter Lawrence.
And Dexter Lawrence in the middle of that defense.
You see what I'm saying? That's going to be.
That's a good defensive line.
But they retracted their steps with Jackson Dart.
I mean, I don't see Jackson Dart being a factor in this. They don't have a quarterback.
No.
Old behind Russell Wilson.
You could have had one. You could have had one at Shedeur.
I ain't want to start that because once we go down there, it's gonna be some words spoken. It's gonna be some things said.
It was a lot of quarterbacks that went.
Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah,
it's gonna things said. What do you think Washington did? How about Washington?
Washington, they're I feel like Washington gets a lot of their pieces in trades and free agency.
Yeah,
because they only had 5 picks.
That's all they had.
Yeah, they only had 5 picks. But
I do like the boy Amos.
Yeah,
I do like the boy Amos. Yeah.
And I like the linebacker, Madrano.
Yeah, Madrano.
Yeah, I but they
UCLA.
They were gonna. Now I don't think Washington is gonna get as far as they did last year.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And I just think it was. Jayden Daniels was really good. I think he shocked everybody, but now that everybody's got tape, everybody
might change.
Yeah, everybody's gonna make some
changes.
changes.
Be a little harder.
But Debo being over there, he's older, but he's
still physical,
and he got a fresh start. So we'll see.
Yeah. I see the division going. New York Giants.
So what you mean? Is this
from bottom to the top?
Okay.
New York Giants.
If you say us third,
Philadelphia Eagles.
I knew this was
Washington Commanders, Dallas Cowboys.
You can't even put us at 3.
I think Washington gonna get y'all.
Now Washington is the one we got the most trouble with.
Yeah.
Them other two, ain't nobody worried about that.
Dallas Cowboys gonna sweep y'all, but that's okay. Y'all been swept before.
Now, Now, looking at this division, we're going back to the best division in
I think so too. The best division in football. A little bit different than the other divisions where we are now building physical teams that start up front. When you look at all the teams, like you said, even the Giants, when you look at their defensive front, their offensive front still got some work to do, but their defense front. Then you got Washington with their defensive front.
You have to be able to move.
Yeah, you had to make moves to counter.
That's why I don't like the pick with Jackson Dart. He can run a little bit, but these defensive linemen, they faster than they are in college.
Oh my goodness, are they?
Trying to run away from Dexter Lawrence?
And he's 300 pounds.
That's what you see what I'm saying? Now imagine Dexter Lawrence, Thibodeau, and Carter get through at the same time.
Yeah.
Jalen, throw it away.
Yeah, just throw it away.
Good God.
Yes. It's you see the division, you got to win your division first. That's your first goal is to win your division. You can see in the NFC East, you can see both fronts, the offensive line and defensive line, teams are building up. It's going to be great. And it's going to be a great season.
And it's going back to old school football in the NFC East. That real physical. If you can get through this NFC
run
East,
the ball.
Yeah. If you can get through this NFC East, you can get through a lot of teams.
Yes.
Because it's not going to be that many teams as physical as these 4.
And I think that's their plan is to be more physical and run the ball more, be more balanced. I thought y'all did a great job last year of being more balanced again.
Yeah.
Running the ball with Barkley. We'll see if he can stay healthy.
Yeah. Let's make it 2 for 2. Let's make it 2 for 2, Barkley.
He ain't making 2 years in a row.
Let's make it 2 for 2, Barkley.
He ain't making 2 years in a row. He and B.
Oh, no, you can't put that on him. Woo, we can't put that on him. Lord have mercy.
and B. That's what we're going to call him.
Oh, man.
But I thought the draft was good. Now let's talk about you heard that. Let's talk about Shedeur. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah,
the alarm went off.
Yeah, that was the alarm for Shedeur.
Let's talk about this real stuff in here.
Oh man, Rev.
It's about time that we call out the NFL owners for collusion.
Mm-hmm.
Let's tell the real truth. You know Shedeur should have been drafted second at most.
Mm-hmm.
At most, he should have been the second draft pick. At
Because
most.
because what I don't understand, leading up all the way to the draft, he was top 2 in
Uh,
quarterbacks.
I can take you to the Rev have been scouting football players since 1983. But I can take you to any scout, and they would tell you that he's either the best quarterback or the second best quarterback in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Period. No question about it. So how all these teams pass up on a quarterback?
I think the problem that we're seeing with this situation, the NFL was uncomfortable with a really confident young man walking into.
And I think they thought his dad was getting too much power.
Mm,
I think they thought Dion was getting too much power, that he had Hunter. He's going to have his son. And then, he's going to get a whole bunch of people come and be
mhm,
part of his team. I think they thought he was getting too much power.
mm.
But the point is that collusion, you should not have collusion in the NFL. The number one question I have about this collusion nonsense going on in the NFL, going all the way back to Lamar Jackson, is
Mhm.
if they collude on this, what else are
What
they
else
doing?
yeah. Yep.
Are they deciding who's going to win the Super Bowl?
And you can't put don't try to tear down his son because you don't like something of what the father's doing.
And these gatekeepers in the NFL,
Mm.
Boomer Esiason. Boomer Esiason
Mhm.
almost had me jump on a plane to go see him face to face. Boomer Esiason was giving out this stupid story that teams thought Shedeur was too cocky,
Yeah.
and he was him and his dad was trying to decide where he's going to go, and teams don't like that. Hey, Boomer, this for you, Boomer. This is what I want to say to you, Boomer. You could talk to people like you think they dumb, but no one's dumb, Boomer. Boomer, 1983. John Elway and his dad told the NFL, we are not going to a certain team.
Mhm.
And if you try to draft us there, we are going to play baseball.
Yep.
And no one took him off the board, Boomer. Boomer, you are a gatekeeper. You are a joker. You are part of the problem.
Mhm. Let's even go look. Let's even bring it up some years now to Eli Manning
Eli.
and his dad,
Archie.
Archie,
Not from the comic books, baby.
and Eli telling the NFL, if the Chargers draft me, we ain't going there.
We ain't going there.
And then when do you see a father walk onto the stage with his son and toss the commissioner a jersey?
Boomer Esiason, how about, our teams took him off because teams didn't like that. They ain't had no problem with Elway.
No.
They ain't have no problem with Manning.
Nope.
Get out of here.
Mhm.
That ain't it at all. You are part of the gatekeepers. You are those who are keeping this collusion thing going.
Mhm.
Roger Goodell should be held accountable.
Mhm.
We need to stop the collusion. What was really strange? This was really strange. This is how I know it's collusion. This is how I know it's conspiracy. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, and you are a fool, because there are real conspiracy, and this is one of them. The team that had the second pick, if Ward was the number one pick, who would have the second pick? Cleveland Browns.
Who know they need a quarterback.
So the Cleveland Browns passed on him.
Yep.
All the other teams passed on him. Who he wind up with? The Cleveland Browns, because they all made a deal. Hey, we're gonna send a message. You still gonna get your quarterback. We're gonna make sure you get who you should have, but we're just gonna send a message. That's exactly what happened. You tell me the Pittsburgh Steelers, who don't have a quarterback right now.
You took the words right out my
The
mouth.
Pittsburgh Steelers do not have a quarterback right now. Decided, we're not even gonna take a chance on him.
You mean to tell me Shedeur with Pickens and Metcalf?
You telling me?
Because you waiting on an Aaron Rodgers?
You thought, and even if you got Aaron Rodgers is old. What, he got one more year left? You still took Shedeur. You telling me that this quarterback, who all the scouts said was either number one or number two, the Pittsburgh Steelers said, we're going to pass on him.
Who is the Steelers quarterback?
Right this second?
There's one of them older or the quarterback they had before, Mason something, ain't it?
Rudolph, Mason Rudolph.
So you mean to tell me you trust him?
No.
You ready to run in there with him instead of Shedeur?
No.
Come on, man.
Impossible.
We have to stop. And now, when you draft him in the 5th round, it was
Yes.
the first 4 rounds. You know how many millions of dollars he lost?
Oh, yeah, he lost a whole bunch of money. They were sending a message. They were definitely sending a message. My point is, you cannot do this and then talk to me like I'm stupid, like I don't know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. Y'all had a deal done. He said, Cleveland, you still going to get your quarterback. And they got him. But we're going to send a message. We're going to send a message to Deion. You don't run nothing around here. We don't like you thinking you run anything around here. You ain't going to have the power to make people go places that they don't want to go. They send a message.
And then when you watch him and see the joy that was on, he just wants to play football.
Now, that's the second part of it. The way Deion, Shedeur, and the whole family handled it was top notch, showing the type of class they have. He sent a message to Cleveland. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. Yep. And everybody's coming in and they're expecting him to be this arrogant, this guy. You watch how it shocks everybody, how he just comes in and puts his head down and work.
Yep. That's because his nickname is Grown. Deion said he was a grown man when he was a baby.
Yep.
He's mature just because you like to have fun.
When you have a father in your life,
yes. Oh my goodness.
It shows.
Oh my goodness.
It shows because
how important it is to have a father in your life.
Because when you go through things like this,
yes,
you have to be able to be disciplined.
Yeah, look at the family all together.
You have to be disciplined in the things that you do in order to fight against all of that.
Yes.
Because a lot of times emotions can take over.
And that's what they wanted.
Yep.
They wanted him to get up there and be mad and tell people,
and act out. And then
act out.
This is why we didn't want him.
That's what they would have said.
Yep.
That's what they would have said. But in truth, he took it well. He told everybody, hey, once I get my opportunity, you'll see how good I am. And that's the truth.
Yep.
That is the truth.
Yep.
It's not. Look at the brothers. Look at the brothers. Charlotte went to Tampa Bay.
Yeah. And that's a good pickup for a cornerback, too.
Yeah, I thought so, too.
Yeah.
I thought so, too. I thought it was a good place for him to be. They in the NFL, look at them. They were just so happy and excited. And they showed the world, hey, you can't control our emotions.
No.
You can't trigger us.
Yeah.
The NFL was trying to trigger that family.
And look at, but just look at, because the NFL was in their feelings, Cleveland could have had Shedeur and what's the cornerback? Hunter. Could have had them both.
Ooh, that'd been something. That'd been a mess.
You see what I'm saying? But because you was in your emotions and you want to send a message.
Yeah, they were, the NFL as a league, I believe, sent a message.
Because if he dropped, you could have got Hunter instead of trading out with Jacksonville. And then when he came around, when your pick came around again, you had a 33rd pick.
Yeah, definitely.
Go on and get it.
But I don't think without the collusion, I don't think he would have dropped in the first place.
I know.
So they couldn't play that game. They had to go along with the
That's
deal.
Crazy.
Yeah, and you could tell. You could tell how he ended up in Cleveland still. You could tell how many teams passed over him, even though they need a quarterback.
Yep. And they think Cleveland's gonna be the place where he can't get himself.
Yeah, they hoping that.
Yeah. He gonna turn that thing around.
Oh yeah, he's a player. He is a NFL quarterback. Day one, he's gonna win that job. He's going to produce.
Yeah, he's better than Flacco and all of them.
Yeah, Flacco.
Come on, man.
Flacco's old as his red. Me and Flacco probably the same age. Joe's right down University of Delaware. I was playing basketball with him outside. We about the same age.
Yeah, it's not well, I'm
happy.
It's gonna make for good TV now. Cleveland's gonna be on TV a lot more.
I think so too. I'm happy how the Sanders family handled it.
Oh yeah,
they handled it with class. People don't control how you react to things.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's one of the weaknesses I've seen in certain cultures, that you could trigger certain cultures to do things. And I was so impressed with how the Sanders family handled it as a whole family. You would see one sad face, one angry face. They act like everything is good, because you know what? They know that you can't control their destiny.
But that's how you know God is in the center of that family as well too.
Yes.
Because you can see the discernment on them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have to be able to discern. Like you said, you can't control those. They're not going to control those emotions. You have to be able to discern. I'm not going to give you this power.
That's right.
I'm not going to give you this power of making me upset because the goal was to get here.
Yes.
The goal was to get here, whether it's the first round or the 7th round. The goal is to get here. I'm in, and now I'm going to show you what I could do.
And now I control my destiny. Now I'll show you how good I am. Now I can produce, and once I produce, y'all got to come to me.
And it's going to be something that you can't deny.
You can't deny. Same thing with Lamar Jackson. Teams were actually saying,
what's he, 3-time MVP now?
Yes. Teams were actually saying, we are not pursuing Lamar Jackson.
Woo.
You're not going to pursue an NFL MVP.
So now, after that situation, and he's a 3-time MVP, who gonna listen to what the NFL think they should be doing now?
You could tell it's they get together, they decide.
The owners meetings.
Yeah, the owners meetings, and but the question has to start to be asked: what else are they deciding?
Mm-hmm.
You know, are you really letting these people play, or are you deciding who wins, who loses?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to put an end to this collusion. And I think it starts with Roger Goodell. Tell you the truth, I think it's time for Roger to move on. I don't trust certain people.
And unfortunately for Roger, the owners are his boss. He's just the face of, he's the face of coming out saying everything. But the owners run all of that, and he's going to be the one to take the fall.
Yeah, yes.
Because the owners ain't going to fire themselves.
Oh, they ain't going to fire themselves.
You see what I'm
Too
saying?
much money.
Yes. And he gets $43 million a year.
He gets, let's say this again. NFL football players and people like, the players make so much money.
The commissioner
makes $43 million
a year.
$43 million. Ain't nobody tackle him.
And they barking.
He ain't got to throw the one pass.
And they barking saying it's too much to pay a running back $13 million.
Yeah. He ain't running down the field nowhere. He makes $43 million a year.
To wear a suit.
And that's when you see him. He ain't wearing a suit when you're not seeing him.
Ooh,
he in his office right now, so he ain't got no suit on.
Would you be the commissioner, Rev?
Would the Rev be the commissioner? For $4 million a year, Rev be commissioner.
Man.
$43 million a year.
Man. A year. Not over
every year.
Not over a period.
No, every year.
Man.
Talking about, I don't know why these players making so much money. When I hear people say that, I know they had that lack mentality. It's so much money out in the world that I wish every player get all the money they can, because other people making a whole bunch of more money.
Yeah. Roger
Goodell is making $43 million a year.
And he's nowhere near part of the entertainment of this NFL brand.
He don't throw one pass, kick one field goal.
And he's getting 43.
Make one tackle. Your favorite team. Every time they lose, it doesn't matter to him one way or another. He can commissioner over the whole league and making the money.
Rev, let's jump to these NBA, man.
Oh, we gotta get to the NBA.
God,
we run out of time.
Let's start with let's start with the Knicks and the Pistons.
Oh, that's good.
Because to me, I think this is one of the best series.
Yes. Not because the Pistons ain't scared of nobody.
Man. They just feisty. The one thing I'm seeing through this series, though, Karl Anthony Towns can score.
Yes.
But Rev, he's soft.
Yeah, Carl.
Look, and this is how he.
Hey, Carl, I ain't saying Carl.
Look, this is how
Carl like 6'9".
This is how I know he about to agree with me.
Right.
He an Eagle fan.
Oh, he an Eagle fan? Yeah, he saw.
See what that?
Yeah, he saw. Yeah, Carl, you saw. Chump.
Yeah, when I seen that play, he went up for a layup.
Yeah.
And thought somebody was behind him, and he closed his eyes.
Yeah, I know. I see.
He closed his eyes. I said, "Oh man, you can't be this tall and be scared."
Do that.
At the rim.
I'm gonna say this though. I still got the Knicks pulling this thing out.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that was a desperation game. We don't want to get eliminated.
That's right.
We still only lost by 3.
Yeah, only lost. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
It was real close.
Brunson.
Oh, that's your boy,
man.
That's
that boy. Without him, then the Knicks would be.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
the Knicks would be in shambles, man.
Yeah, he's definitely the engine that makes them go. Definitely.
Let's talk about in shambles, Rev. The Bucks and the Pacers.
This is most
Yeah. Lillard tore his AC or tore his Achilles. Giannis is out of there.
Well, you know what the ref think. The Sixers should make a phone call.
Yeah, today.
Today, I give you Embiid.
Yeah.
You give me Giannis.
Giannis is a class act.
He is. You see,
Yeah. Because to get on that court and stand about 5 feet away from me while I'm trying to process this loss, and you waving this flag with your son in there.
How about, first of all, Dad.
This is what we do?
First
what
of all,
you
Dad,
mean we?
Yeah, we. First of all, Dad, you ain't part of the we, my man. You know part of the we, you are the fans part.
Yeah.
You a fan.
Yeah.
Why are you running on the court, jumping in people's face after they just lost the game?
And the way Giannis was getting up in them players' face, he lucky to dad.
Yeah, he lucky.
He got up in his face, though.
Yeah, he went over there and told him. But my thing is, and I want all the fans to recognize this as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you talking about NBA, any professional athlete, these guys are strong.
Yeah.
These guys are young. These guys are in shape. Stay out of these people's faces. These people will hurt an average person. His dad would have got. It'd been ugly.
Yeah, dad would have got folded like a suitcase.
It'd have been ugly.
Now you know you need to stay away from Giannis when he gets in your face.
Yeah.
And he's arguing with you.
Yeah.
And when he backs up, he taps his chest and says, "I love you."
Yep.
No, don't mess with him.
Don't mess with him.
Nah.
These athletes are far too strong, too young, too in shape to be messing with. Leave them alone. Don't be jumping in people's face, especially after a loss. And when the Red was young,
an elimination game too.
When the Red was young, I lost the game. Just jumped in my face.
My season over. We can get it. We can get going now.
We'd have got it going. It would have got going. Let's get it started in here. It would have got started.
Yeah, man.
We'll ever do that again.
Yeah.
But I heard where it said he won't be at games anymore. Unfortunately, his lack of judgment keeps him away from games now. That's let's grow up. Let's be more mature than this.
Yeah, man.
You don't jump in people's face. How about we? You ain't part of the we.
Yeah, I made the shot to win the game. You was in the crowd, man. And how did you get down here?
Ran down there. He ran down there with a sign.
Yeah, he bold.
Yeah, he bold.
Yeah, you 5 feet away from Giannis.
Yeah.
You know his wingspan?
Yeah, I know.
Giannis was looking at him like,
yes.
Halliburton, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to come get your pop.
Halliburton, you better come get your daddy.
Yeah,
You better come get your daddy.
That's a...
Look at it. Look at the dad.
Yeah.
Look at the dad. Oh, like he did something. My man, just chill. You a fan. Enjoy your time.
Yeah.
Enjoy your son playing. A lot of people want to be part of the game and not spectators of the game. Look at Giannis. Look how big, strong Giannis is.
Look at his head to his and he younger than him.
Lord.
Yeah, you don't.
Lord, you
don't want them problems.
Stop that nonsense.
You don't want them problems. You should have saw with the malice of the palace.
Yeah.
Stay out of it.
Stay out of these people's face.
Come on.
These people big, strong.
Indiana fans still don't get it.
They still don't get it.
Malice of the palace. Now this.
Now, America, it's your main man, the ref. Let's close out with the Bible verse. We got the Bible verse. This is the Bible verse I want to talk about because one of the things I was most impressed with the Sanders family is understanding that they are not controlled by other people. That they are their future is laid up with God. And let's go to Romans chapter 8, verse 28. It says, "And we know that all things work together for the good of those who have been called by God according to his purpose." You know what? No one controls you. No one should be able to trigger you. Remember that God is the only person in your life that can make things happen for you. Turn to God each and every time. Don't let people try to control you. My shout out to Shedeur and his family. My main man, Ryan. I'm your main man, the Rev. Faith in Sports. Here we go.
Here we go. At our church, Jesus is Lord. That single belief calls us together as a community and sends us into our world with hope and purpose. At our church, your past will never define your future. There's always redemption, which means there's always a brighter day. At our church, we don't think we're better than any other church out there. We're just doing our best to become our best. At our church, we want you to believe in God, but we also want you to know that God believes in you. We are not against people who don't attend church anywhere. Instead, we pursue them with love, the very same love that's pursuing us. At our church, we're learning to serve God with all our hearts, and we're learning to worship Him with all our lives. And if you're looking for the perfect church, we're not it. At our church, we will make mistakes, but we will choose to grow from them. At our church, we're part of a global community that's knit together by the resurrection of Jesus. And by the way, at our church, we believe that really happened too. At our church, we will engage with people who are in real need because we are the hands and the feet of Christ. And finally, we need you to hear this loud and clear. At our church, it's not really our church at all. It's His. And we live and move and breathe in His church for His glory and His fame, not ours. So here's the invitation. You're invited to jump in with your whole heart at your own pace and to experience the life that awaits you in Christ. Friends, this is going to be good. Welcome to our church.